Dime lo que, dime lo que. Captain Zevin here, and welcome for some more One Piece content. Hope you stick around and enjoy the show. Like, comment, subscribe because that is a big help to the channel. Now, how I feel about Wano. So, there's the debate in the community where it's like everyone's been wondering, is Wano gonna be the thing that beats Marineford or Water 7 and East Lobby? And those are really high bars that have been set by Oda. So, and because of the hype that we got getting up to Wano and all the build up, it built that expectation that this is gonna be what matches them, possibly surpass them. So, did they surpass it though? I mean, granted, the arc is not done yet, so it's not fully fleshed out, so you can't make a 100% for sure yes it's better or no it's not. But in my opinion, up to this point, it already matches those arcs. Um, and in different ways. Like when you think of Water 7 and East Lobby, that was such an amazing story arc to the point that one could even say that it's impossible for that to ever get beaten, and to the point that Oda even said it himself in an SBS that it kind of sucks because he can never match it. And it's true. How do you match that? Like, you took the characters, the main crew, and it was such an emotional impact. And it wasn't just Robin, it's like the emotional impact on Usopp, the things that Zoro said, the things that Luffy had to overcome and do. Like, as a crew, they really grew here. And Luffy had to really step it up as a captain and understand what his position means. And then you obviously get the iconic, I want to live from Robin. And it's like there are so many emotional things that happen. Then there's the twist. Like, you're in Water 7 and it's like it's all, sunshine, and we walk in thinking, wow, this is amazing. And then slowly but surely things start going a different way, and the twists were just amazing. And you look at Wano, and Wano, we knew that there was going to be twists, but we didn't know in what way either. And you have the Chondro betrayal. A lot of people have speculated it, but Oda delivered it very well. And the way Chondro's character was after the flip, nothing but amazing stuff from him. Like, Conjuro is, out of the Scabbers, and I feel like it's for a lot of people, not just me. Conjuro really went up there when it came to the Scabbers, like after his twist, and that was really well executed. And then just you have the emotions from the samurai and the 20-year gap that some of the Scabbers leaped to get to this point, and that others that didn't, and all the sacrifices that came. And you can argue it's not as much of an emotional impact, but you you have so many supernova or worse gen involved in this arc. You got Luffy, Zoro, you got Law, you got Kid, Killer, Apu, Drake, Hawkins. Like, there's only four of the worst gen not included in this, and that's Blackbeard, Bonnie, Rouge, and Capone. And we just had Capone and mentions of Rouge. So you have a lot of big figureheads in here, and then you got Big Mom coming with some of her crew and Kaido himself. Like, this is hype, and this is where we get the protagonist to that Yonko level. And because the arc can't end without Luffy overcoming that. And that's a humongous milestone, which is why no matter what, in my opinion, it had to be one of the best arcs. Like, okay, maybe not have to be, but it's Oda. Like, everyone remembers when Luffy overcame Crocodile. and how hype and symbolic all that was. And now we get, we go from when he beat a Tsuchibukai all the way fast forward like almost 900 chapters later, and he's finally fighting the emperors like straight up. And then all the fights and like the crew really, really elevated themselves here. It really shows that that 2 years gap of training was so crucial so that they could be at this point where no, they are a Yonko crew, not just, the monster trio, or not just, oh, they're kind of there. No, like this arc really fleshed out that they deserve to be where they are, and no one can take that away from them. And then on top of that, you got Kid and Law taking on Big Mom right now. You got Luffy doing his 1v1 with Kaido. They're splitting the freaking heavens. Like, what? Now, I know that a lot of people like to say that they still prefer Marineford up to this point. And I mean, I can understand it. Like, it was the War of the Best, and they had a lot of figures show up. You had you had two emperors show up. You had the twist with Blackbeard. There was the whole marine, so you had all the admirals. You had the fleet admiral. You had the warlords in there, and then you have the and old and new, like including old and new warlords. The only one who was not involved in that war was Weevil. That's insane. And like the freaking matchups. I'm just having all these amazing people in one place, and it kind of just ramped up and just kind of happened because we get Luffy going to Impel Down, and then all these people that are showing up along the way, and then it just boop, we got to split to Marineford. Like, I see why people really put that at the pinnacle. I understand that, but in my opinion, I feel like this is better because in the Marineford War and Impel Down, we just had Luffy. It wasn't the crew. So it's like obviously we knew Luffy was gonna do some cool shit, but like it wasn't him and the crew. And the story is about him and the crew becoming the Pirate King. And right now, this is that humongous obstacle that they're overcoming so they can all achieve their dreams. Like, this is an obstacle they had to get through. And it's something that no one has done. Like, Blackbeard is the most recent one to, like, become an emperor. And, and now here comes Luffy's crew and Law and Kid's crew, and they're like, nah, we're taking the top two emperors, arguably. I mean, they've been there the longest, and it's been so long that they've been like legitimately challenged, and here they are in an alliance which, as Garp already said, is something worse than what the Rocks crew had in their day. But our guys over here are beating that, and that kind of goes to show, like, hey, the new gen is overtaking the old gen. And it's great. It's like, this is who you look out for now. And you know, I'm so curious for when the news spreads across the world and everyone's like, what do you mean two emperors? An alliance just fell to worst generation captains. That's like that, I really can't wait for that. And so, that's why to me, everything that comes with the Wano arc, in my opinion, was always gonna beat Marineford War, in my opinion. But as hype as everything is, it's just narratively speaking, it doesn't beat Water 7. You're just not emotionally invested the same way that you were when you were reading Water 7, because your heart is freaking coming out because, Luffy and Usopp, like the best buds, came into a straight out fight. Robin was nowhere to be found, only to find out that this force that was at the time far superior to the crew took her. And then you knew that once they found out that Robin was doing this for their sake, that they were gonna go save her, and then just seeing how they elevated themselves to overcome that and show Robin, nah, you coming with us. You want to die? Go ahead, but you're doing it with us. Like, oh, world government, that's your enemy? Bet. We'll stand on the same side as you. Now we're all enemies. You don't beat that kind of emotion that came with Water 7 and Ace Lobby. So to me, I would say that Wano solid second best arc in my up to this point. Like, let's see what Oda does with the rest of it. But to me, if I had to rank like these three arcs, it's Water 7 and Ace Lobby, then it's Wano, and then the Marineford War, and but it's like they're just those are pinnacles of the series, and this is peak One Piece right now, and it's such a great time to be a One Piece fan. Like, how many it I feel like a lot of people have a hard time kind of like accepting some things because of how long this journey's been, and it's like, no, like, we're really here. And whew, you can only imagine the emotions when the time comes and it's like we're at the last arc because we are like right around the corner from that. But hey, those are my thoughts on how I feel about Wano. So if you enjoyed this video, just leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe because that helps the channel in such a huge way. And I will see you next time. Captain Zevin, out.